Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I have an unboxing of some of the Dungeons & Dragons token sets that Gale Force 9 has put out. I got the Dungeon Masters set, because that's mostly what I do. And then I got the Warlock set, because that's probably my favorite class in 5th edition. It's probably between that and the Rogue. But instead of the other one that I got being Rogue, I got the Bard set because theoretically, sometime later this year, I might actually start a game where I'm a player instead of the Dungeon Master and be playing a Bard from discussions we're having, you know, if plans go through. So I was like, I should get the Bard set since I'll likely be playing a Bard. And I could have also gotten the Rogue or really all of them, but I'm like, let's do 3. Each of them contains condition markers, and the Dungeon Master set contains 2 of each of those. So with 3, including the DM's kit, I have 4 for the condition markers, so I can use them for my players in my game. So it's like, that's a good starting place. I'll see what I like, and then maybe try and get some more moving forward. That being said, I think I'm going to start with Dungeon Master's kit here. And these are a little metal tin. There's whatever the little promotion on the back, but we will rip these out of the plastic. This is it's paper, and so it is a black metal tin. So yeah, that's also part of the reason I wanted the normal one, the Dungeon Masters ones, because it just has that Dungeons and Dragons logo on that tin. So even if I don't like the tokens or don't use those, that I wanted. So that's a metal tin. Okay, and it has a divider inside to organize them. I did not know that. Okay. Actually, I'm learning a lot already about this. These are, you can kind of see from the side. This is a clear plastic on top. And then, like, these are initiative counters. There's 1, it goes up through 8. Yeah, there's 8 initiative counters. And it is clear plastic, and below them is the actual design. So 1, 3, so you to keep track of initiative. And then on the back is this sort of felt, I don't know, it's like a fabric. It's glued on there, and it's like, it has like that black velvet kind of appearance that it just becomes a black void on the camera. It is like that true black when I so you get no detail in it to get the sense of texture, because that's black. Okay. But it is, if you can even hear it, it's got like a bit of a rough feel to it. There's actually a little bit of sense of tackiness around the edges where it's glued down. Which that's not ideal, of course. Then, oh wow, that's a lot of these. All of these seem to be the same. Okay. So we get hidden, and this demonstrates one of the features of these. So, $19. I hid, I got a 19. There's a quick way to take note of it, and I can just set that off to the side of my character. I'm hidden. I don't have to remember it. 19. Oh, that demonstrates very well. Like, they do not want to slide against each other. So essentially the backing is designed to keep them, I don't know, something's weird. It's definitely weird backing. So immunity, resistance, got a bunch of these inspired tokens, and you know what? I have never used inspiration. I've never used that in the games that I run. Almost wondering if maybe having physical tokens for it would help me to remember to do so. But who knows. Exhaustion, you can keep track of your level. Deafened. Got a little ear. Unconscious, a little sleeping guy. Paralyzed. Zappy. Charmed with hearts. Petrified, looks kind of rooted down at the ground there. Charmed. Grappled. Oh, it's a hand. Concentration. There's one to try and keep track of. Restrained. Invisible. The petrified. The restrained. Prone. Incapacitated. Stunned. Blinded. Another resistance. Concentration. Another exhaustion. Stunned. Dying for your death saves, if you need to keep track of that on a little token. Blinded. Dodging. And like some of these, like because like I said, like there's a bit of tackiness around the edge where these are glued together. Like you can see, like the plastic on that one, that is dirty. That is the glue or the adhesive that is holding on the back. And I wonder, this is slightly damp with water and is not enough to remove it, so it will take something more than that. But of course, this is that kind of acrylic plastic that if you use the wrong chemical on, it just like destroys the finish of it. So that is something to note. Frightened, poisoned. There's those remaining few duplicates. So bunch of little tokens for all the different conditions. There are 2 of each. Several inspiration. There's initiative. That's what is in the Dungeon Master's kit. Like I said, that one really, just to get the cool tin is worth it for me. I was interested by the material on the back, because it has some level of grab to it, but I'm not sure that it would on the table. It might slide really well on a table. But like when if I have like a felt table at some point, who knows what's coming in the future, that might be something that would stick in place on that pretty well. But yeah, the kind of the adhesive around the edges of those that kind of is seeping out and messing up the finish on the fronts of the others, that's probably the bigger issue on that. But I got a couple of class-specific ones as well. So let's check out the Warlock, which this one has this board as well. So this is, of course, another tin. As before, only with the symbol for the Warlock class. This tin actually has a little bit of a bent in it. Per the notes on the back, it says that there's a spot to put your name on the tin, which I was really worried when I read that. Like, is there just going to be like a weird blank white spot in the front? I was kind of disappointed. But no, it's on the back. And I guess technically you could probably wet erase that and then clear it off later if you reuse it. As far as that little bend in there. I mean, it pushed out a little bit, but it's still going to be noticeable. So they are metal tins. If you bend them, they're bent. And this is different. Same. You can probably see the velvety surface a little better on that. Same divider here, only not as many tokens. And this is going to be basically, I think, all the same. Blinded, hidden, petrified, unconscious, invisible, restrained, dodge, immunity, exhaustion, paralyzed, grappled, poisoned, restrained, dying. Interesting that they have that one. Prone, and inspiration, charmed, stunned, deafened, incapacitated, and concentration. So, still, whole little array of those, although with the obvious difference being the color. So these are, I'm going to say purple. Reason I said it was interesting that it had the dying one is because it also has this. This is one of the things that I'm like, this could be cool to have. This is a little acrylic thing with your class symbol, spot for your name, max HP, AC, initiative, speed. As a Warlock, you get your spell slot, so you get up to 4, and what spell level they're at. Spell save DC, spell attack bonus. Do you have your Mystic Arcanums available? Eldritch Master. Spot for death saves. So that's why I was like, it's already on this card. And then a spot for hit points and temp hit points. So this is a little spot, basically the idea being not having to use like pencil and eraser constantly on a paper sheet. That stuff that gets written and erased all the time can be done on this instead. So it's like that I thought was a worthwhile idea, and it's specific to your class. So we have this one here. And likewise for the Bard. Again, we have a different one. So we'll just carry on to this one is similar, but different. In your tin here. These tokens. Now you're a bit of pink color. And all of those are going to be, of course, the same, again, only in pink, except this one, I remember, also has this. There is an inspiration marker. This one's a star, so it stands out from all the others. But that way, when you as a bard give inspiration, you can hand that. The same construction here, same character name. Die size is, of course, new for your bardic inspiration. You have your side here, max HP, AC, initiative, speed, spell save DC, attack bonus, and spot for do you have an arcane focus, and you have an actual spell slots chart, as Warlock, of course, only has their 4 little dots. This one has a way to keep track of a whole bunch there, death saves. So again, another different sheet to keep track of things for a different class. And they have these for each of the classes. On the little at the beginning, and it just wipes off with a wet towel. So you can use those to keep notes, the same as you can keep notes on your little mini portion of your character sheet. I don't know if I'll actually end up using them. I don't. The little markers for conditions are neat. I've definitely considered getting some of like the rings, and I might at some point still do that. But this, particularly just for the idea of keeping track of your character, that I thought was interesting. Something I'll give a shot to at some point. And the tins were cool. So, interesting concept. For just different ways to... Basically, obviously, it's not enough information to fully replace a character sheet. It is an aside to a character sheet. And it comes with the cool tin. The tin is probably the coolest part for me. And even if I may end up taking a bunch of tokens, putting them all in one, and reusing the tins for some other things. If you take out the divider, it could very easily be a way to carry your spell cards for a class. Ultimately, you could fold, paper character sheet. You could fold up and stuff a full character sheet in there, and you can just make a little, like if you're just a player character, you could make a pretty simple little carry case for your character that would just be all of the stuff you need to go to a session. Especially if you're in a game where your DM's not keeping all your stuff at one spot, where you're taking it to wherever you're game each time. That would be cool for that. And I do love some of the details on these cases. I was a little sad that this one has a little bit of a bend in it, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so I'll, of course, link down below where you can check some of these out online. And like I said, I got 3 of them. I got Bard, Warlock, and the Dungeon Masters, the general one. Which I feel like the general one, ultimately it's double of the little tokens. But otherwise, it's a lot of inspiration and the initiative counters. So if you don't end up using those, you'd maybe better just sticking with the class-related ones. With the exception that it is the most general, coolest little tin. Gotta make decisions, eh? But yeah, they have them for all the classes. Actually, I don't know if they have one for Artificer. And given the whole ordeal that between Gale Force 9 and Wizards, who knows if they will. But yeah, I'll link down below where you can check them out. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Join us next time for more.